Living in the Philippines on $600 a month. Today, we're going to be talking about utilities and how they can affect you here in the Philippines. So let's get started right now. So let's talk about utilities, specifically right now electric. And electric is pretty much like any other country. You're going to get a monthly bill or a monthly statement, and you're going to pay that. Unless you don't want to pay it, that's up to you. Then you can just go with natural light or candles or something like that. Now for me, when my wife is here, and currently she's back in the US, she's been here for 7 months because of the travel restrictions that they placed on coming back and forth to the Philippines, but she's on her way back. She should be here hopefully next month. When she's here, she likes to run the AC, and that costs a little bit extra because she runs it constantly. So for our little small apartment, it's about 5,000 or 6,000 average pesos a month. That's $100 to $125. Not too bad. It could be worse. Doubt that it would be much better. But I've gotten acclimated to the weather where I can get by on just a couple of oscillating fans parked right in front of me for most of the day, and I do okay. I only run my AC when I'm coming in from being outside for long periods of time, and I only generally run it for about 30 minutes or so. And I get by on 1,000, 1,300 pesos a month. So it's about $20 or $25. Remember, we're talking about a $600 a month budget being by yourself. Exclude anybody else and exclude all those fluff things, because this is what we're really talking about. When you're searching for your apartment, it's always a good idea to try to find one that has its own separate meter, meaning the bill is exclusively for your usage. However, at times, many times, you'll find that there are shared meters, meaning you're going to have to get with your neighbor upstairs, downstairs, next door, whatever, and you're going to have to do the math. You're going to have to do the addition, the subtraction, multiplication, and all those things, and decide what is the equal split or fairness. It's not just like right down the middle either. It's not like you get a 6,000 peso bill. Okay, here's my 3,000. Doesn't work that way. There is a way to determine the usage based on past billing periods.
Oh, come on.
It can be easy. And it can be a real pain in the ass, too. Now, some of you may or may not know about brownouts here in the Philippines. And a brownout really is a blackout, I think. Pretty much the same thing. That's when power goes out. Now, this happens all over the Philippines, but it happens in some places with more frequency and longer duration than it does in other places. Here in Manila, seldom do we get one, and when we do, it's generally announced. But some other locations and faraway islands, they experience it quite frequently and for long durations. You're just going to have to figure out what works out better for you. So does that mean that you need to budget for a generator? Probably not so much here in Manila, but in some of the other islands and deep into the province or the countryside, you might want to think about that, because they have brownouts or blackouts, power outages, much more frequently and for longer durations. Oh no, a brownout. Honey, get me a candle, please. Thank you. That was close. So hey guys, now it's time to talk about water. But before we do, go ahead at the end of this video, click on that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that we can stay connected. Now, an average water bill for a single person will run you about 350 to 500 pesos. Not that much. $7 to $10 at the max. Now, that could change if you decide that you want to buy a washing machine and wash your own clothes. Yes, they do have washing machines here in the Philippines. And your water bill could also increase if you decide to have somebody else wash your clothes by hand, or if you're going to take your clothes to a laundromat, because they have those here too. Filipinos are generally used to and accustomed to drinking the tap water, but I recommend that you don't do that. You can have purified filtered water delivered to your residence, and it's very cheap. It's only 30 pesos for 5 gallons, but you still want to boil it. when you do get it home. And that also includes ice. Do not use the ice here in the Philippines, in restaurants or anywhere else. Make your own at home. And the way to do that is after you boil your filtered water, go ahead and fill Gatorade containers, things like that, and throw them in your freezer so you'll have ice. There's so many different options and ways to do this to keep you safe. Now, tap water, although I recommend that you do not drink it or brush your teeth in it, is good for washing dishes, cleaning around the house, taking a shower. Just don't drink any of the water while you're taking your shower. Now, while internet, Wi-Fi, and phone could be considered part of your monthly utility bills, on a $600 a month budget, it may not be a practical solution for us to discuss right now, but it could be on a later segment, and I will cover those things later. So keep in mind, if you do happen to retire to the Philippines and you make more than $600 a month, then things get easier for you. But on $600 a month, you can definitely, most certainly make a go of it. We have many more topics to cover, and I'll be getting to those one at a time, nice and easy, in detail. I hope you enjoy this. Thanks for your comments, your likes, and your shares, and I'll see you again on the next episode.